Sometimes you might end up in a situation where you want to create a 2D game, and let's say we want to create our models and stuff in 3D for 2D games. So how do we do that? So a couple of things. So first, of course, you need to decide what sort of 2D game it is, but let's just pretend it is going to be a simple, isometric, what's it called, isometric perspective kind of stuff. So we need some tiles, maybe characters, maybe something else. Additionally, we could bake lighting. That's again an advantage of having a 3D software producing us 2D stuff. So what I would like to do is say I have this object here. This might be our, floor tile. So of course you might consider having hexagons or whatnot, but let's just have most basic stuff. Quad width is 1 by 1. And let's put its pivot point to a corner. So D to control pivot point, but before that we will snap. Do you see that? We turn on snapping to vertices right here. And D, and just move it. Snap. Oh, it's not on. Now it should. Yep, snaps. So we have that. Now we can turn this off, turn on the grid snapping, and we can, easily position things around. Of course, you would do that in game engine, but if these are different tiles, might be you want to have them here as well. Now, next thing is to set up our camera. So this is a perspective camera. You see things get smaller the further they go. So we will be using this orthographic view, or whatever it's called, isometric, orthographic. I'm sorry, I don't know these terms correctly, but what we are looking for is camera tools, turntable tool, and we hit options. Here we say please unlock. So I already unlocked it just a minute ago. Normally it's locked, and you see we can do things like that. And now it's isometric or orthographic or whatever it is. There is no perspective anymore, and the tiles are the same size if they're far away or close here, close to the camera. And say we are happy with this view, we can always change it, but let's say we want to model things, add lights and so on, and we don't want to lose this view. We could just lock the camera, and you see I cannot rotate, I cannot orbit my view, it's kind of locked in place. And now I would do something, I would sculpt the surface, maybe it has rocks, maybe we would do grass with let's say this X here thing, X whatever it's called, XGen stuff. You decide what you need to do with your how's it called? With your tile, so it looks cool. And I mean, most likely you will have both, grass, sand, and many other things. Let's pretend you're happy with your grass. You select it, and you go to modify, convert XGen primitives to polygons. I might have pressed options there as well to see things, but this is the result here. And we get some objects here. Of course, now we would texture them and make them look like grass. So you might want to add some lights if you are dealing with light baking or something. You might use standard lights or Arnold lights or other renderer if you're using something else. And when you're rendering your stuff, you can always choose the the perspective window to render from. For more control, you might want to add actual camera, because it's okay to have it like this, but if I want to rotate my view and have the same view of the tile from I don't know, 45 angles from a side, it's a bit clunky. I'm not sure you can actually do it easily. So another way would be to create a camera. Create. So you can do simple camera or camera with aim. So that's just a null object, a point which the camera looks at. And let me just center it to our object. And now maybe you would of course put your camera like, you know, with numerical values. I will do so it is fast. I will just do it by hand, but you could do it with numerical values, and then you could bookmarks. So then you could of course render from your camera view. I'm not sure where the camera is at the moment, but oh no, that's not the one, this one. Now you could also control the camera and have some, you know, positions for camera. Or you could even do some automation and just animate the camera. So frame 1, frame 2 might be it moves. Of course, again, you would do it with numerical values, so you have a precise thing that you have 1 frame, 2 frames, and so on. So you could go around if, let's say, in your game you can rotate or something. You can rotate your camera. And don't forget, you can do weird things, whatever you want for your tiles. Might be also animations, you know, some explosions, some fires, might be some sculpting for surfaces, or whatever you decide makes sense for you.